Phil, I want you to meet a couple that have been inspired by travel since they've been together in 2010, I believe. Their first trip was to Tunisia. Guess where their next one is?
Tasmania?
Well, if they don't go there, I'll be very disappointed. They are moving to Australia. That's the next chapter of their lives, to work and live here for a year or longer by buying themselves a van.
Hashtag vanlife.
Yes, Vagabonds of Sweden is who we're chatting with. Hi, guys.
Hello.
So this is, a long-held dream, and you're going to do that fantastic thing. You're going to do the east coast of Australia.
Yeah, we're gonna on July, 1st, we fly all the way to Australia. It's on the other side of the world for us, so it's a long trip. And then we land in Cairns, and from there we're gonna see if we can find a car as soon as possible. We don't know how long this will take, but hopefully pretty soon. And maybe work 2-3 months. And then from there, we're going to try to do the whole East Coast. We might even go around the whole country. We don't know yet, but we start with the East Coast at least.
You picked a good time to arrive in Cairns. It won't be as humid as it is over the wet season, but also a really great time if you're going to go fruit picking to source an income, if that's the kind of thing you're looking at doing.
Yeah, we have some plans on doing some kind of fruit picking like that. Maybe farm jobs and something that we haven't tried before.
Tell me
something completely different from the experiences we have here.
So what do you do there? What line of business are you in?
I've been working with economics for 6 years. So no more numbers for me, hopefully. Maybe I have to count the fruits I pick, but...
Yeah, and the budget.
So I've been working with salary and accounting.
And
Fredrik has been working...
Economics, we could do with a bit more of that in Australia.
We could do, and you will need it, because I note on your website that you are thinking of buying a Volkswagen van. Let us tell you,
would be the dream.
Yeah, you're going to have a bucket full of money to run one of those.
Yeah, and we have to pick a lot of fruits before we can do that, I think.
Yeah, that's the absolute dream, to have a surfer van or something like that, but it's too expensive probably. So we have to find a cheaper van, then maybe build it ourselves, the interior and everything.
That would be the best thing.
You'll get it cheap. You just won't be able to run it cheaply. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
Here's a top tip.
It might be really cheap to run it too if it doesn't run.
Yeah, that's right. It goes nowhere. That's it. Well, here's a top tip for you. The Volkswagen is air cooled in Australia. Small problem in summer.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, where did you get your inspiration to do? I know it's a very popular thing for people to do. They want to come and do the East Coast. But how did you hear about it? Where did you get your inspiration?
Yeah, it was probably, we had plans actually when we traveled around the world for 15 months to go to Australia and to do some sort of road trip in Australia and maybe also New Zealand. But the time was running out and we had not enough money either. So we had to go back home. But the plan has always been there to go there sometime. And for me, I've always wanted to go to Australia since I was like 8 years old or something. But adventures, road tripping in USA for 10 weeks and 6-7 weeks in Vietnam on the motorbike, I think gave us the inspiration to want to do this kind of trip again somewhere.
And also Instagram is a big inspiration for me.
Yeah, and Australia is like the place for the road trip, especially on the East Coast. So yeah, we wanted to do this for a long time.
Well, if you're going to get to as far as Vietnam from Sweden, really it's only another 7 hours to get to Australia, or even less to Cairns. So we will welcome you. But are you prepared? Do you realise that there are things in the water in Cairns that can kill you?
Yeah, we are. That's one of the first things we hear when we say we're going to Australia. Oh, watch out for the dangerous animals and the spiders and sharks and everything.
Crocodiles,
and
stingers.
Yeah. But that doesn't scare us. So,
It does scare me a bit.
maybe
I hate spiders and snakes and dangerous animals of all kinds.
We're not going to be foolish, but we will definitely, of course, respect the animals and try to not be stupid. And
Fredrik's stepdad said yesterday that Australia has all the dangerous animals that you can find in the world in the same country.
Yep.
Yeah. Even the koalas are trying to kill you. No, I'm kidding. No, look, it's a thing. But look, I mean, it might be the, we kind of get used to it. But when you're in, an urban area, you're not going to, well, if you are in Cairns, I was going to say you're not going to see a crocodile, but you might do while you're in Cairns.
Yeah.
No,
But I mean,
exactly.
you just don't come across it. And we love playing it up about how all our dangerous animals. And you can find them if you go out there. But there is, there's certain things you do, like you don't walk through long grass. Without watching where you put each foot.
Yeah.
But Sophia and Frederick, just to put this in context, Phil's daughter was swimming last summer and she was bitten by a stinger. There was a plague of these stingers. And Phil just pulls off the stinger things and says, harden up. And
Yeah, harden up. You'll be right.
Yeah, I know.
It's not going to kill you.
And it's like this thing stings you and your leg or the area that you've been stung could be your back. It's just like you've been whipped. So I guess, we're a little bit tougher than most countries or most people, don't you reckon? If a 6-year-old can cope with that.
Where was this?
Sydney?
Yeah, my local beach, Maroubra.
Sydney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We call
maybe we should just
okay.
cancel the whole trip.
We call them the stingers we're talking about.
The most dangerous animals would probably be in the bush or something if we go outside the urban areas. But if Sydney is one of these places there where these things can happen, then
I snorkel with dusky whalers. And that's, in fact, last time I was snorkeling, I was bitten on the fin by a wobbegong, which is about, can get up to 2 meter long shark that lies on the bottom of the...
It's not going to kill you, though.
It's not going to kill you, but tell you what, if it bit Sophia's toe, she'd scream.
It would be like a dog bite.
Yeah, it'd be like a dog bite, but they lie under the sand, so you can't see them. So after I'd finished snorkeling and I stood up when I had fins on, it latched hold of my fin. So, I guess we're just used to those sorts of things, aren't they?
I don't know.
You just yell out, "Oh, wobbegong just bit my fin," whereas these guys might.
And the entire beach goes, harden up!
Harden up. Not that we want to scare you, because it is one of the things that you've put on your list of things to do. And at what point will you think, okay, I want to go further than Sydney? We want to do this whole country. What will inspire you?
Everything. I would like to see those more rural areas that aren't just the cities. I'm not a big city girl, to be honest. I like to see those hidden places and hidden gems. So for me, the West Coast and the South is definitely what we are going to do. If we don't have time to go all around, we definitely want to go to the West Coast and the South. And the inspiration for that is, again, Instagram. I've heard so much good thing about the West Coast and the South Coast. So that's definitely one of the inspirations.
It is a very big country and it takes a long time to get to Western Australia, where Phil is from. My state, on the other hand, Tasmania, is an island state just off Victoria, and it is, Sophia, full of hidden gems and no big cities.
Yeah, we've heard that too. We would definitely want to go to Tasmania too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right, you say your state, Phil.
Have it time first.
Are you sponsored by Tasmania?
No, I'm proud Tasmanian, and you should be a proud West Australian. You spruik your state. What have you got to offer?
Oh, swimming with whale sharks, a coral reef almost as big as the Great Barrier Reef that you can just about walk onto. The red monsoonal area of the Pilbara, and then the forests in the south of Western Australia, where there is a town called Denmark.
There you go.
Really?
We don't like Denmark.
Well, this one's nice.
What other countries have you been to? I know you've been to plenty. Was it over 30 in just the short time that you've been together?
We've been to we've been to 34 countries in total together, and we've been together for 9.5 years. The last road trip we went to 21 countries in 15 months.
That's pretty huge. 21 countries in one road trip.
Yeah.
Although, you know,
Well,
having
look at it.
said
You
that,
can do that,
you know,
yeah.
Europe's a little bit different than Australia.
Yep.
A lot different, in
Well,
fact.
we weren't in Europe though.
Oh,
We were in every other.
All continents
All
besides,
continents besides,
Antarctica. So
Yeah. So we started in Central America, did South America, North America, Japan, Asia, India, and Africa.
All right, I take that back then.
yeah.
So we're going to meet up with you when you eventually get to Sydney, which will be great. We're taking you, I think Phil said beers and prawns.
I think we're going to have beers and prawns at overlooking Bondi
looking forward
Beach.
to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything before you arrive that you'd like to know?
Oh, it's probably a lot of things we would like to know. But we actually, to be honest, we haven't thought so much about Australia yet because we have had so much to do the last week with moving from Stavanger and hitchhiking from Stavanger to Sweden. And we just arrived to Sweden yesterday. And soon I think we will have to start plan for Australia. But we just had the flight tickets and then we have no idea where to
No,
go.
it's all very spontaneous, actually.
I like that.
Because we planned so much before the around the world trip.
We got sick of it.
We spent maybe 6 months or 1 year before we started planning, and it never goes as planned anyway. So we thought maybe this time we go a little bit more spontaneous. We plan a little bit, but not so much, and we take it from there.
Yeah.
Well, look, you're landing in Cairns. There's plenty of accommodation there. You'll be right. But you know, couch surfing, Airbnb. There's lots of places where you can get away from the usual well-trodden path for visitors. So
and a van, of course.
And a van. So make the most of that. It's going to be great.
We think so too.